So the first thing we're going to be working is a V-step footwork. We're going to be working at a 45-degree angle, either here or here, okay? Footwork-wise, we're going this way or this way. It's one of the first Calvin footwork we do. We're stepping on a 45-degree angle. So if he's giving me a jab, I step off this way across, I step off this way. I shouldn't even have to use my hands right off the bat. I'm basically, he's coming in, bang. That's what the second step is, that deflection. But right now we're using our footwork to step off the line and get closer, right? So that's the first thing we're going to be doing, stepping off line. So he's giving me a left, and I step this way. The right, very important to point out, he's not following my head. If I'm going to punch him in the nose, bang, I'm going right to where his nose is. It's not like my hands are going to magnetically follow where he's going. So he's here, stepping here. Big thing about Panantukan, dirty boxing, is evasion. We're trying not to beat shots, we're trying to evade shots, right? You just hold his hand out here for the tip. Look at his range, all right? So people are wondering, why am I just dodging and why am I not doing any fancy stuff? Well, because I've got to conserve my energy. If he's swinging here, I'm going to be wasting my energy trying to do this stuff, right? So if he swings, I'm trying to get inside before I can get in makes sense, right? The footwork stuff, he swings, and coming in like that makes more sense to get in distance. Plus, it's Panantukan, I'm basically teaching you knife stuff in boxing. Yeah. So I don't want to sit there and eat shots in the face while I'm getting back and forth. I want to be evasive, get in, do this stuff, all right? So that's very important, okay? So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the V-step with a slight, I guess like a split entry to entrance. We're just checking the hand. So he's coming in with this one. I'm just checking it that way, going that one. Checking it that way, checking it that way, checking it that way. I'm trying to cuff on the outside of the arm. When my old Seafoos used to say, 4 ounces of energy, if properly applied, can move 100 pounds of weight. Which means if he's swinging hard, 4 ounce block that way is going to send it flying that way. This one here. That's all it takes. So now what we're going to be doing is the exact same footwork, the exact same evasion, but our hand comes up and check to our shoulder. Which is all you really need to deflect it, right? You're punching it. Punching the nose. Right? A little bit of footwork. And we're not doing any counter yet. Now this is our introduction to traffic with the Panantukan kind of stuff. Check, check. Now, obviously, this deflection, we get into our combos after that, but it starts with that deflection in here before we come in to whatever we're going to get into, right? Okay. So he's going to swing with his right. Panantukan by technique, or by definition, is a set of supplementary tools that you can add to normal boxing that makes it a little more functional. We got trapping and targeting, right? So we can also do eye jabs, elbows, headbutts, stuff like that. So as he's punching in, the next step we're going to be doing is a split entry is what it's called. As he's coming in with the right, we check up here, just past our head, but now we're inserting a strike underneath. He comes with the other one, bang, just in here, bang, just in here. So it's a simultaneous checking offline and then entering with a low line shot. It doesn't need to be a low line shot. It can be anywhere down that center line. Quick with this one. It could be up in here if you want to do that. Me being a shorter guy and him being a taller guy is coming in. I'd be coming in low for the boxer short area into the thighs when we're aiming at it. So he's coming in here. Bang! I'd be driving that in there. And Panantukan is dirty for a reason. Anything below the belt's except for that. What we're now going to do is what we call the jab catch drill, or jab and return, or catch and return. So it starts off with a jab, and I catch it, and I return it, right? So Kobe feeds me a jab, 1, return, 1, okay? Then we take a break, and then I go 1, return, 1, 1, return, 1, 1, return, 1, 1, return, 1. Sets of 3. It gets us in the habit of automatically throwing a left as a counter as soon as I check it, and also to be able to cuff against the jab, right? It's a set. It's actually a setup, because if he's the bad guy and he throws a cross at the end of this set, one, return, one, boom. I can come into whatever I'm going to go into. That was kind of a, let's see, one, return, one, and I get into that split entry, and I go with the low split. So bad guy, return, bad guy crosses, and I come into the split entry, all right? So the catch and return drill is a jab, a return, jab, pause, return, return, return. Okay, so it's one, return, one, return, one, return, one, return, one, return, one, return, one. Good. And you'll notice if I do it, it's not just slappy, slappy, okay? It's core, return, core, 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 core, return, core. It's not just slappy, slappy, all right? So that's what I want, at least for the beginning of the drill. This is a very important thing to point out, is that we're not doing this. Okay? We're not moving, trying to move it anywhere. All I'm doing is going like this, cuffing it to that side, winding this up. Right? It's the same motion, pop, 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 as pop, pop, pop. My core is moving. It's like this. It's not this, it's not this, it's not this. I'm not trying to move it anywhere. Punches in. I'm just doing that. Bang. Right? Kobe is now the bad guy. He's feeding and he's going to be taking the bad guy role. And we can tell he's a bad guy because he hits me first. So, because of the beard. Anyways, so he's a bad guy. He throws first. One, return, jab, cross. And the second part of the cross, jab, return, jab, cross. We just cuff it the same way. No thumbs. We're not grabbing. We're using, what is it? Dave calls it a monkey grip. So he comes in, cuff, return, cuff, cuff. That's it. Cuff, return, cuff, cuff. Cuff, return, cuff, cuff. And it's very important that he's aiming at my maw. He's actually aiming at my face. If he's aiming up here and over here, I'm not learning anything functional, right? So if he's coming straight in, and I'm practicing actually getting it offline, right? So one, return, one, two. And that's what we're going to be starting with. Eventually we'll be going into one, return, one, two. Split entry in, or one, return, one, cross slip with an uppercut or whatever you're going to come into, but that's one, return, one, two. Jab, return, jab, cross. So it's going to be going jab, return, jab, cross. So either come in straight, drilling in here, you can come up to the nose or chin and drill in there, or if he's taller, you can check and go down into the groin. So the next step we're going to be doing what's called a wassail. It's almost like a circular throwaway, all right? So just catch it and redirect it behind us over there. Okay, so we're going jab, return, jab, scoop, and come into there. So that scooping motion throws it away. Jab, return, jab, check offline, throw it away. I personally have found that people move in and downwards with that momentum, okay? So, one, return, one, right? And that's when whatever you thought goes in there. But I prefer coming into an uppercut, scooping into an uppercut. So, one, return, one, scoop, up under the chin. Okay? Now, keep in mind, this is all supplementary techniques that go with our jab, cross, hook, and uppercutting, right? All of those stuff, that's our boxing techniques. So when we do this, jab, return, jab, scoop, now we're doing Panantukan in with a traditional uppercut, okay? So that's the next one I want to do. Jab, return, jab, wassail, uppercut, or depending what you want to do. Jab, return, jab, wassail, drive in. Jab, return, jab, wassail, elbows, into our grapple, moving long, knees, elbows, stuff like that. Okay, so what the big thing is that last check, throw away, alright?
Fling it out there and hit you with an elbow and then try to get a clinch or anything. If you punch me, you're going to want to keep that hand, hit you with the elbow back into here, into the clinch. So it depends what you want to do. So however far you fling that arm, it's depending on what you want to do. If you're just ready to throw down, you just fling it. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. But if you want to keep the clinch, then you just sort of guide the arm this way and keep your arm underneath and get it.
Some variations on that entry thing. Like this isn't a fight ender, this is a fight changer. He's the bad guy, he's just throwing the jab cross, and now it's trying to change the momentum, right? So me personally, I find that he kind of comes in, so I go into an uppercut a lot. So jab, cross, uppercut, that's one valid thing. I'm basically showing you a knife technique, but you know we're doing it boxing style. Jab, cross, bang, bang, elbow, right? Jab, elbow. Try it again, right? All of these are options. Like, there's no carved in stone you need to do this. These are just different tools you keep in your backpack. So the full drill, jab, return. Again, jab, return, jab, cross. This one I'm wassailing out. There's tons of stuff you can do off of this. For example, jab, return, jab, one things, jab, return, jab, arm destructions, jab, return, jab, into the neck. There's a bunch of stuff we can do, but for the sake of this one, the entrance that we're using is wassailing. Jab, return, jab, wassailing into whatever we're going to do. I always usually go into the uppercut because that's the most natural. I find that digging motion lends into the uppercut really well. So all of these are valid. Coming up into that and getting into our knees and our hammers. We're coming in there. With whatever, you know, I do this kind of soft version and it looks very hot by laying there. But realistically what I'm doing is driving this into the carotid artery. It's a knockout technique. Obviously if you ever reverse grip blade, it's something else. But he's coming in, right, and we're there. And that's basically it. You can also do the variant where we're just sliding up the arm into there. So now what we'll do is we've done one, return, one, into that, okay? We'll call it a day after this. So one, return, one. So that's almost like a small wassailing on that catch. Catch it, bang, bang, right? Cross. Okay, obviously this area can come up into the eye as well if you want a maximum effect of the